All right, we are live, and everybody knows the normal cast of characters here, but we have an extra one. There's 5. We got Puddin from Darcizzle Offshore out in Florida, and he's here for us to just ask questions about what it's like to fish Florida, because none of us are in Florida, and what it's like to be a YouTube guru star.
Oh boy!
See, I put all that on you.
Yeah, no pressure. But thanks, guys, for having me over or having me in the group.
It's
nice,
awesome.
and thank you.
All right. Do we want to do any kind of intros, guys, or we feel like we've been here long enough? We don't do all of that.
I feel for anybody who's in the chat and watching right now, I'm pretty confident that they're aware of all of us here. They've seen us enough times. They're probably curious what Mr. Puddin has to say.
Yeah,
I know I am. Just the conversations we had backstage was, I mean, that's a video in and of itself.
All right. Who's going to throw some questions out there?
Well, we were talking about this earlier, and now we got Steve in the chat, and John, you didn't weigh in too much, so I'm going to go ahead and rephrase it, just put it back out there. We were talking about, had some fishing going on this weekend, and it was a little bit rough for the few people that were doing it. Brian, you were talking about how you guys got wrapped up in a pelican, and I was saying how I'm uncomfortable putting that sort of thing on camera because the regulations down here, like they can get kind of picky about that stuff. I've been chewed out for touching wildlife, and I'm really hesitant of doing that on camera.
Right.
And I was talking to Grant backstage. He was not quite as familiar with those regulations. Steve, do you have any issues with that? Up in Michigan, do you see that where people will chew you out for like if you were to put touching a pelican on camera or anything along those lines?
Well, number one, we don't have pelicans up here. We have seagulls, and number two, nobody wants to screw around with me. I'm not. You're going to get an earful. You're going to get an earful right back. So, no. But we got a lot of seagulls up here and cormorants. You guys got cormorants down in Florida?
Yeah, that's weird to hear that you got them up there.
Yeah,
sure.
We got them terrible up here in Michigan. I wish there was some way to eradicate some of them because they just
Really?
the bird population up here.
They
are here. Yeah,
this is something. So we've got them here in Texas. A lot of people fish around them when they're roosted for catfish.
I was going to say, yeah, that's good luck.
I have a positive fish here, and then I go up to Michigan and spend a couple weeks up there with aunt, uncle, and all those fishermen up there, and they're like, we need a season where we can shoot them. They're eating all the perch, and it's just funny where 2 different places in the country have 2 different views on this bird, right? Water buzzards, water turkeys, whatever you want to call them.
That's those big black ones that look all creepy sitting on top of a telephone pole. If you see them down in Mexico in that area a lot.
Yeah. So in Florida, do you guys hate them, or it's just like, eh?
Pelicans?
No, the cormorants.
I assume we have. I don't think they bother us too much. I mean, we fish offshore a lot, and so the pelicans don't go too far offshore. But then we have those terns. Yeah. I mean, if you have a live bait out, they'll just take it right out of the water. That's super annoying. And gulls do the same thing. It's the worst. Like you can't even fish. Like you literally have to move.
Yeah, I can imagine cormorants going offshore. They're going to be inshore at the most, and they're probably a freshwater more. So I haven't seen them down at the coast.
Yeah, we don't do too much of that.
Yeah,
and, and all the boat ramps that's just full of pelicans, and you're trying to dump your bait or your something off the side of the boat, and they go crazy.
I was at the coast cleaning fish one day. Me and buddies were at this cleaning station, and I needed a different knife. I turned my back, went to get a knife, come back, and there's a whole fillet gone.
Yeah.
They're like, they just sneak in there, snatch it, and leave when you're not looking.
Absolutely. It happened to me before too. Darcy likes whatever fish it is. If you can keep it, Darcy's keeping it, because a lot of stuff we use it for other bait and sharks and crabs. And so we'll oftentimes have like a big pile of crappy fish, jacks and bonitas or whatever, like, in a well and in the, whatever you call that thing in the back of your boat where your outboard is, the bracket.
Right.
And they'll come in and take all those fish if you're not looking, right?
Right out of your boat? I've never had them take anything out of the boat before. I wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, when you get to the ramp, they swarm there.
Yeah.
Everyone's helping their bait and doing a fillet table, and so they're bold, yeah.
I have
like 20 of them or whatever.
Yeah. I'll have the pelicans and seagulls down here for sure. When we're out there filleting, if you're at one of those outside fillet stations, they'll tear you up. Pelicans and seagulls will sit there right on the fillet table with you while you're filleting.
Yeah. It's
I
terrible.
was going to say a little bit ago when you were talking about pelicans down in Florida and harassment. Did you guys see I think it was a video where this guy jumped off. I think it was one of the Keys. Jumped off the pier onto a pelican.
Oh,
and they had it on film. They finally went and arrested the guy.
Yeah, I was going to say that guy's going to jail.
That's harassment of wildlife.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can't do that.
No.
Yeah, like I was saying, I'm a little concerned even touching them on camera. And I actually fed one on camera, and nobody chewed me out for it. So I'm hoping I'm okay on that, But I'm real hesitant on that.
You don't know if the people are going to have some sort of, if they're going to go one way or the other. But
if someone's going to freak out, and I'd like to hear your thoughts on this, because you're going to get it more than I, but if somebody's going to freak out about something, it's my opinion, they're going to find the weirdest damn thing to freak out about. Am I wrong on that?
Yeah, they don't know. Most of the people who watch these videos, half the people who watch the videos, they don't know nothing about fishing. They just don't know. So they're going to bug out about something.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll find a lot of times you'll notice something in the video. It's like, oh man, I really shouldn't have put that in the video. And then no one will say a darn word.
Yep. Yep.
There was a recent video, I'm not going to name it, but we had like the wrong hook in it. And I saw it like 2 days later, and I was like, oh boy, I'm going to get in big trouble. But no one said a peep. Not a peep.
Totally hear you on that one.
So it's weird.
We've got down here. Go ahead.
I mean, we touch the birds. I mean, if they're hooking the bird, I'm I'm helping the bird. I don't know.
You got to help. Sometimes you just got to help them get chewed out.
No idea, frankly, but
we've got down here, and I don't know. I assume you've got this too. I don't know how much of an issue you have with it, but down here in Texas, we've got we've got state waters and then federal waters. And there's like the 9 mile line where we have different regulations on fish. Like snapper is one that we have. Snapper and amberjack, I believe we have 2 different regulations on what you can get on bag limits and size limits, inshore versus offshore.
Right.
And so that makes that people will chew me out if I batch my videos. So I'll film, and then it may be 2 or 3 months before that video actually gets posted. So when I actually post the video, I'm out of season.
Right.
And people will just harass me about that.
Yeah. And we don't really, we film, our videos are up within a week or two, so we don't really have that issue, but yeah, I mean, I get, it is what it is. What are you going to do? I mean,
yeah, just explain it. Just say, look, this is what happened.
They think everything on the internet just happened like immediately. Like I just did that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, even if it was a video like 5 years ago, I get that one.
Yeah, they could scroll down my Facebook page for 3 years and they'd see something. Oh, and then they'll ask you a question and you'll be like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
You got to go rewatch the video.
I'm like, I don't know what you mean. What are you referring to? But yeah, most of our stuff is, here in South Florida on the East Coast, at least, pretty much everything's in 3 miles. So we don't have a huge issue with that. But the timestamp thing is just part of the business, I guess. Whatever. No solution for that.
True.
Have you ever had that, Grant, with like duck hunting or anything like that? People harass you about stuff that happened like years ago or in the wrong time frame, wrong season?
Not too much. Can you hear me? I have got somebody.
Audio's a little off.
A little off.
I'm gonna leave and come back. Sorry about that.
Whoa.
So you don't do a whole lot outside of the 3 mile range. That's what you're just saying. Is that correct?
A lot of our stuff is within 3 miles. Like the Gulf Stream. We're from Boynton, and we live. That's our home base. And we don't fish there too much in the last 2 years, but. When you go out, the 3 mile line is 500 feet deep, and we usually fish between between 80 and 300. So it's right. It's right there. Like as soon as you get out the inlet, you can start dropping lines because you might catch a Spanish Mac or bonita by the time you get out to 100 feet, which again is only half a mile away. So it's really close. When we go to Stewart, mostly the first reef, they have reefs called the 6 mile and 8 mile reefs. So that's only 6 and 8 miles or whatever. But we don't really have that many. There's not a ton of fish there. There's no red snapper there, so it's not like a big deal with the the regs and stuff. But yeah, everything's real close here. That's the beauty.
Every time I hear stories about Florida, every single time, It's like it just keeps sounding better and better.
Well,
For 500 feet, I think we have to go out like 20 miles.
Yeah, I mean it's, but then it's I don't know. I mean everything has, the grass is always greener, but at the same time, you go out a mile and you're on the reef. But who else is on the reef? Every single damn person who has a boat. It doesn't matter how far the boat can go. It only needs to go a mile. So you got the kayaks out there. You got jet skis out there. You got every drift boat because they're not spending any money on gas. So every drift boat in the world's out there hitting the bottom. You got every diver in town killing every big fish. So it's just a parking lot. But if you have to go out 30 miles, if it's a mile, if it's a foot a mile, then there's way fewer people out there. They just can't get there. So
I didn't think about that. You're right about that.
I mean, it's a parking lot.
And we get that. I guess people gear up a little bit better out down here because we will go at the 20-mile mark. We got a couple of cutoff rigs out there that are real popular. And on the first day of snapper season, that thing's a parking lot.
Right. Yeah. I mean, but here again, it's like everybody can get there. Like it's like you can't not. So every boat in the world, and you don't need to have a good boat. You don't need to spend a lot of money. Because if you break down, like you were just talking before, sometimes you go out there a little bit of a crappy boat, or not everything's perfect because you're not going that far. Yeah. But again, if you don't have to go a mile, you can't just go out there and you start fishing. So it gets busy.
You're talking about spots I can swim to.
Oh yeah, if you break down, you swim home. It's no big deal. I mean, you've seen the videos. The land is right there.
Yeah.
Jump in and float in.
Yeah. No, it's weird. And then, but then at the same time, people think then North Carolina, they go 50 miles out all the time. Montauk, Texas, Pensacola, Destin, they go out all the time. And then people think it's a big deal here to go to the Bahamas. It's 50 miles to the Bahamas, and people act like it's, you're going someplace far away.
That's awesome.
You're only going 25 miles an hour, 25 miles before you're getting there. You're getting close to the land,
It's just awesome that you can just go to the Bahamas on your boat.
For real.
We've taken a boat twice. We have a 23, a Pro Line. We've taken it twice. It's like a highway during the summer. It's people, especially from Miami, it's just back and forth.
So do you have to go there and check into customs and all that before you do any fishing and all that around?
Yeah, it's a whole thing. Yeah, Yep.
I never even thought about that.
Yeah, you got to check in. Get in big trouble.
We got a buddy of ours that goes down to Panama, I think. He's a charter guy out in Port Aransas down here, and he makes that run, or he did many times over the last 30 years. And he told me, about how he used to do that. He used to check in. I don't even know what the process is, but he used to have to check in, do all that stuff, and then check in when he gets to Panama and have to do the thing. And I guess every stop along the way down the border, he'd have to check in because it's all various countries.
Yeah, if you're going in their waters, I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'd love to be educated on that stuff to do it.
Need the boat?
Yeah, you're right about that. I need Floyd's boat.
There you go.
There's a lot of information online because guys do it, every day here.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's coming out for you guys coming up? What videos you got? You got
coming up. Tomorrow we got Pompano from the Stewart Inlet, which was great. Darcy was so excited. We haven't done real well with Pompano ourselves, but Darcy did great in the inlet the other day with those little goofy jigs, which are a load of fun. You caught them up, and then she's been stalking black drum. Like we don't really have that many black drum here, and she's never caught one in her life except like a puppy. So we caught some black drums. They're like 10-pounders.
Oh, we need to talk then.
Yeah, that's big that's like a good size for here. I know they get to like 80 pounds or whatever.
Yeah,
we get
here.
Yeah, we get massive ones. I caught a 70-something pounder once. You want to get in a big black drum? Come down to Texas. We'll hook you up.
Oh, maybe we will. So we got
wintertime. That's when it's at.
Yeah. So that was part. So she stalks. She gets like a fish in her mind, and then she stalks it, and eventually we catch it. So that was great that a plan finally came together for that. So that was a good big deal. That's on Thursday, and then we're going to the Keys on Wednesday for Thursday and Friday in Big Pine with my favorite captain in the world, Kevin Rowley.
Cool.
And then we're going to Grand Isle. So Got some exciting stuff coming up.
So what's your turnaround typically like? You go out and fish today, shoot a video.
Yeah.
How long is it before you get everything all edited and out there? Do you have like a set goal?
Yeah, well, we do videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we're just always in a jam to make just get our videos done. Maybe I've been thinking lately maybe we shouldn't get so uptight about it, but we try and stay in the schedule. And so the videos are always if I can get videos more than that, I mean that would be a miracle, or I'd be so happy. But there's the nature of the fishing we do, by the fishing we do, I mean typically on our own boat, so on our own. We don't often, sometimes we don't catch fish. Like Monday we went and broke down. There were 2 days we went inshore. Before that, we didn't catch any fish. So you guys don't see that, but that's like 3 or 4 days in a row we didn't catch any damn fish.
Yeah.
Trying to scramble those videos together is tough. And then we go to Grand Isle for a week and you want to, fill those holes too. Everything is just unfortunate. I'd love to have more of a
backlog
videos backed up, but
yeah.
It's just the nature of it, between the weather and how we like to run our channel. Some other bigger channels, they do a lot of fishing with other folks, on charters.
Yeah.
Every single trip, pretty much.
Yep. Yeah, we were talking about that.
Yeah, so we don't do that. If we go to another spot, another place, yeah, we're gonna go with someone who knows what they're doing, because if you're a real fisherman, that if I go to Texas right now, I'm not gonna catch a damn fish. You know what I'm saying, for a week. I might catch an 11-inch trout, an undersized flounder, and a tiny drum or whatever, but it's gonna take me God knows how long to figure the place out. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
So when we do that, and we're pretty good in Big Pine right now, and some other spots we can catch our own fish, but then we go with somebody. But we try and catch our own fish on our own boat, and have Darcy do it. That's the whole point of the channel, is to have a girl, inspiring others not only to go fishing, but that girls can actually fish in this man's world. And it's not helpful, if every day some dude is putting her on fish, because I don't want to be a douche about it, but some people catch fish and some people just reel in fish. And when you're on a charter, you just reel in a fish. I'm sorry.
I've done it, enjoyed it, but yeah, you're right.
I never even thought about that. We were talking about that going out. I've seen people do it in plenty of videos where they go out with a charter, they go out with a guide, and they go do some fishing, and they make a video about it. I mean, there is probably literally 1 billion videos on the internet about that.
Yeah. No, I invented it. I literally invented it. Like nobody was doing that before. When I started fishing, we started our channel, it was us and Blacktip and Arrington and deer meat. And he was doing a ton of hunting. Again, his channel, of course, is deer meat. And Blacktip was just fishing on the beach for hammerheads. That's all he did. He didn't do nothing else. And we started fishing, and we started going fishing with other people. And Darcy we learned a ton of stuff. I mean, no joke. But then we just kind of started, it was just too much. We started getting out of it. And then some other channels that, that they started, that's all they're going to do. Like, I love Josh. I'm friends with Josh. He's one of the best channels in the whole wide world. But, he goes on charters every single time, pretty much.
I wish I'd known that. We just got back from Cozumel, and we went on a guided trip. It had a blast. It was a good time. But I went into it thinking like, okay, I'm going to present this as though, we're on a guide. And on the trip, I'm like, guys, if you're coming down to Cozumel, like these guys are treating us great. You want somebody who's going to treat you great. Check these guys out, because I'm loving them to death. This has been awesome. We're having a blast. Right. And now in hindsight, I'm kind of wishing that I had gone a little bit more from the perspective of like, and I know this is like, some of that behind the scenes kind of shady YouTube stuff that you do, but I kind of wish I'd been more like, we're all buddies and we're all going out fishing. You know what I mean? Like the presentation on that's a little bit better.
I guess, you can take it one of two ways. The way we usually take it is we're trying, the way I started doing it, the way I do it today is, we're promoting that charter. We're getting, he wants more charters, and and we're helping him get more charters. And it depends on the size of your channel, I guess, whether or not you're actually gonna help him get charters or not. But that's how I always do it. We try and push them, and then when someone refers us, someone asks us for charters, which they do every single day, then we refer them to that person. And then we also try not to go with more than one person in any particular county. Like I'm not gonna go to Big Pine and go to all different. 1 week, one summer go with this charter guy, and another time go with this guy. We go with the same guy all the time in that area.
Yeah.
And we do, do it every year. And the people, they get charters, I'll tell you right now, they're happy to do it. And then then a lot of times they get too big, and they don't have time for you. But God bless them. We're happy to help those guys out there working. So
yeah, I've done it twice. Went to Cozumel and then Jamaica, and the Jamaica trip was awesome. But I put it as, hey, we're on a charter, and then they give the information of the charter, how you can contact. I didn't have any deals with them, but
right.
I mean, they treated us so well. We're the customer in that situation. They took good care of us. I want to share that information with anybody else who happens to be spending their money to go to one of these places and they want to do some fishing.
Yeah. It should, everybody in the industry, hopefully should be working together. So it's, it has worked out for us for a while, and it's the same model. I invented it maybe, I started doing it for YouTube maybe, but the cable guys have been doing it, forever like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, for me, my channel's not quite big. I'm right on your heels, Puddin, as far as
all of us.
But I mean, you're at what, 357,000 subscribers?
Yeah, I don't know. We're stagnant. Don't worry, you're gonna catch up.
I'm catching. I'm at like 2,000 something. So
right there.
On your heels.
Watch your back.
the longest, you gotta take the first steps. We were at 2,000 before too. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I understand.
I'd be curious. I'd like info when you guys were at that level. Like, what were you doing? What are your thoughts on that level of channel where we're kind of all at here in the 2,000, 4,000 range in there? What's your thoughts?
You guys have it a lot tough. I mean, I know it's a lot tougher right now because I've been feeling pain for like 3 years, and I know it's tough out there because the market is the niche or whatever, or the marketplace is totally different than when I started.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to see how the videos were, physically, you can go back to our first videos, and they were they're worst. Go look at them. I mean, I dare you. They're so. Maybe I don't know if you can sort by whatever first video or last video or by date or whatever, but I mean, a complete disaster regards the filming and everything else. Because I had no examples. Nobody was doing it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, we had a great start. It came out of the box like going 100 miles an hour. Again, she was the first one doing it. She was on Instagram, like everybody else was, or one of the first people on Instagram. It was like 2012. I'm talking about, and she just started posting, and people started, oh, there's a girl fishing. Holy cow! I can't believe there's actually a girl fishing. It's a freaking miracle. I've never seen that before, because it's not on television, and social media is getting started. So no one did see it. Yeah. No one saw it. All right. So people started sending her lures and T-shirts and stuff, and then we started fishing with these different people who wanted to fish with her, and it just really just took off. I mean, God bless, and she wore a lot more bikinis back then, so for good or bad, but it did shoot off like crazy. So I mean, we were just first at that point. We weren't good. We were just first. So there's no credit except for that we were actually trying to do it. There's no skill levels. There was no production value. But then, things got crowded. Things are crowded now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's different. It's totally different. So you guys, whatever you guys are doing, the quality is way higher than when we started. It's a lot hard. It's a lot tougher. It's just totally different. So I don't know if it's true or not right now. I'm more, God bless you guys.
What point did you guys go full time when you decided, hey, this is it, putting all our eggs in this basket and we're doing it?
Yeah, well, it was a combination of things. I mean, the physical date I mentioned before was like January 1st, 2016. I think we're doing our channel for, a couple, whatever, year and a half or something. And we were making, a little bit of money, but, we were at jobs that, Darcy and I are in two different situations. Like I had been an attorney for 20 years at that point and had, my house is, these are considerations in real life, right? My house is paid off. I've had a career. Right, I've had a divorce. My father passed away sometime before, a couple of years before that. I've been in that job for a while, so I was ready to leave. I mean, I was leaving no matter what. You know what I mean? And so it wasn't like I had a wife and 2 kids, and oh my God, if I quit my job, what am I going to do?
Right.
I don't even have any kids. So everyone has different situations. So you just can't be like, oh, this guy did it, so maybe I can do it. But, you gotta, obviously people have to prioritize this stuff. Right? If you have a kid in college or, a kid who has special needs or, I don't know, whatever it is, you can't, it's different. Okay. I had a very easy situation. And Darcy, the young lady, and she was working there, and she, the girl works hard no matter what she does. She's going to succeed, whether she's working at McDonald's, at a law office, whatever it is. So we decided to quit. and if it didn't work out, again, she had no kids and nothing, no real responsibilities, and she got to go find another job. So what? So we quit, and here we are. That's it.
Very cool.
And we know we worked out, and I don't know, and we're doing great. No complaints. And we don't make a ton of money, but what we do is go fishing. So
Doing something you love.
Yeah. You might not make a whole lot of money, but I'm not going to lie. Like, your story is very inspiring on my end. Like, I'm watching you guys. You're always, and you're kind of doing it. You're doing some things that I see really right too. Like, you're not just trying to post videos, and you. I don't even know how to describe it, but that whole approach of just like, let's post videos and let's make some AdSense revenue. I see what you're doing. I see what you guys are doing with you're talking with Roberto Blake. You're talking with guys who know the inside stuff. You're always learning and kind of getting better at what you do. And I got a lot of respect for that. And I'm kind of, I would like your opinion on that as well. What are you doing different now? What are the things that you're trying to improve versus when you started? Like, what do you see in the climate and the atmosphere right now?
Yeah, it's I think I think we talked about this before on Twitter before, Stanley, maybe or touched on it, is you really got to make a decision whether, and I know these gurus talk about it all the time, it's like particularly Roberto and my buddy Andrew AWOL, but you got to make a decision of whether you just want to go for these clicks or whether you want to make a channel based on, and that's fine if you want to just get views, whatever, or you want to do something that you like, that you love. Like, I don't enjoy, some people, make these videos just to get clicks, like, eat my bait, or, whatever. They do silly things, and maybe they put a, peacock feathers on a peacock bass, or I don't want to point any finger, or a snake on a snake head, or, a snake head. Actual snake head. I mean,
I know the reference on that one. That's funny.
He's the least offender. He honestly, I shouldn't even mention it. But
it's okay.
I'm not. But that's a tad over. I'm not going to do that. But there are other channels that just totally for the clicks, and that's just not fun. That's not fun for me. I don't want to do those things. I don't want to eat my bait. I don't want to go try and catch whatever it is that's going to get, whatever clicks. I want to get in my boat. I want to go offshore, and I want to try and catch a big damn fish. All right. And if these folks don't like it, I'm going to try and package it, of course, to make a living, but. With the biggest fish I can, Darcy's arms are going to be straight as they can, whatever, that's fine. But, I'm not going to go out there and eat my bait, every day and eat just, crap all the time.
Every one of you guys, I know you're all looking at me with the eating the bait thing, and you guys can all piss off.
No, I'm not even talking about you. No, but listen, I know if you're out there and you spend all this money, it costs $200 to get in your damn boat and go fishing. I'm sorry. I don't care what you do, it's $200. And if your job is to make a living making videos, or you want to make that job, sometimes you got to eat your bait. I've eaten cobia. I've eaten the bait. I've eaten the jack crevalles. I've eaten all that stuff. I get it. If there's no other video, I'm eating it. I'm just saying I'm not going to go crazy and like go nuts on the, whatever the title is and make up some super fake, thumbnail. I don't know. There's a decision to make, and you make it wherever you're comfortable. I don't care where you make it. I'm just saying it's a tough decision. So you do what you got to do. Yeah. But as I was talking about, kind of diversifying your business, as I mentioned, YouTube, whether your YouTube channel is going good or going bad right now, it's going to change. And later it's going to be doing good, or later it's going to be doing bad. It goes up and down, and it's like a freaking roller coaster. It's horrible. And some of you guys probably know. So you got to diversify, and you got to do as much as you can to make money from as many different places as you can, and make it an actual business, and not rely on YouTube. The least you rely on YouTube, the better off you're going to be. So we really push the merch. We got Darcy doing his jewelry, which has a ridiculous markup as compared to T-shirts, which I think you got to have inventory and everything else. I'm not down with that, but do whatever fits your niche. I post videos on Facebook. I'm making between 600 and $1,000 on Facebook a month, which isn't, whatever, but it's good. It's decent money, right? It's a car payment, right?
Right. And
just, a ton of little things like that. We're starting to do more speaking engagements before COVID hit, seminars, just going places. What else do we do?
Do you guys do any like affiliate marketing? I know you guys got some little sponsorship stuff going on as well.
I didn't even think about that. We have a ton of, again, Darcy being here first and being one of the first, and now happens to be, God bless again, a leader in the female angling, niche, if not the leader. She has all the sponsors she could, handle. So we make good money with that, with some big sponsors. And regard sponsors, if you can get sponsors not in the fishing niche, they have more money and they're going to pay you more. Fishing,
that's a nugget.
Yeah. That's a big one. Like for instance, for us, we have Land Shark and Hair Club and some other things. Just the fishing industry. I know it's taken off right now to last year. I mean, that's great. But one of the main guys in the whole fishing industry, who owns one of the biggest wholesale shops, not even a shop, factories, who, distributes Penn reels and Shimano and everything else to Walmart, Bass Pro. If your shop wants to have Penn reels in it, you have to go through him. So, he's like a big deal, and everybody who's anybody would know him. And he told me that the fishing industry is a crap little industry with no growth. So, and if you look at the stats of it, I know this year has been great, but every year it only goes up like 1 or 2% with the licenses and, based on gas prices. So it's not this thing that's going to burst out and, we're all going to make $1 million like it's the, electric car industry or something. It's not happening. Okay. It's going to be steady. So, you have to try and, and do what you can. And again, that goes into the thing about how sponsors from outside your niche, are great to look at, assuming you have the same demo. Like I know Darcy's like Hair Club. Darcy got to sponsor Hair Club. That sounds retarded. And if you're older, like some of the guys here and me, we remember these Hair Club commercials, right? With the guy, I'm not only right. I'm not only a client. I'm an owner. I'm the owner. I'm also a client. But the same demo as fishing. It's the same exact people. It's old white guys who need hair or whatever. It's me and these two fellas. So it makes sense if it's in your demo.
Wait a second. For clarification here, you're referring to Steve and John, right? Like Grant and I are out of this conversation.
You remember the commercials.
There's a lot of hats in this stream. I'm just saying that.
Yeah, I actually have the most hair.
You do.
Yeah.
You do.
I'm just saying,
but you do.
Demo, the demo is what matters. It's not necessarily, they don't even actually have to fish. Like look at a bass guy's boat.
Go get a charter.
You said something about the fishing industry kind of being a level, this last year. Yeah. And that's funny because I did some stuff with the Texas Parks and Wildlife here that they're our DNR, if you will.
Yeah.
And, that was one of their things. I became one of their educators, and that was one of their things was, look, we're not getting new young customers buying fishing licenses and going fishing. So the population that are spending that money to support the industry, the Texas fishing, is dwindling because people aren't doing it, and they're trying to get more people involved. So yeah, absolutely, I can see that. Just like
interesting.
Hunting is probably facing the same thing as it becomes less and less popular with folks.
Yeah. Right, that's true. But and yes, I mean it's hunting at least at least you can do it on land. You don't need a boat.
Yeah,
and bass fishing is also very popular. If you want to have a YouTube channel about fishing, offshore saltwater fishing is the last thing you should be doing. You should be doing bass. That's what everybody does, and it's easy. You can go on land or whatever, or go have all your variables a little more even. But no, it's right. I mean, what I always say is you can't compete with Fortnite. Fishing is never gonna be able to compete with Fortnite. So it's just that's where the people are going.
That's true.
That's it.
Yep.
That's sobering, man. But I'm not doing Fortnite. I'm gonna do what I enjoy doing.
No, I know. I agree. That's what I'm saying. So you have to make choices, but don't expect. The issue is that's a great choice, and it's a great choice not to make over the top clickbait or this or that, but just you have to accept it. You can't be mad that your video didn't get 1 million views because you're doing actual fishing in your own boat and you're showing somebody how to actually fish. That's not going to get you 1 million views.
Yeah.
How to tie a polymer knot is not going to get you 1 million views. I got this polymer knot got stuck around a seagull and I choked him out. Is going to get you 1 million views. But that's so. But accept it. And Darcy has a little bit of a hard time accepting it because she wants the views, and we all do when we're not that successful. But you got to stick to your values or your goals for your business.
There's everybody's deal. Like we all deal with that, and I think I'm the worst offender out of this group. Everybody here, I keep great company because they keep me really level-headed. we all went through to varying degrees, the shorts thing that's going on recently. And I'm the guy that's sitting there like, no. You take every single clip you ever did and you turn that into a shorts, and we're going to cram them on there until everyone's famous. And everybody else here is kind of like, well, we'll take a few. And they had a much more sane approach to that whole thing than I did.
What is it? I don't know. I don't even know this whole shorts deal.
Oh,
that's
my goodness.
I don't know anything about it. I haven't done any of it.
It's not a big deal.
It's, yeah.
It could be.
It's not a big deal.
It was a fad that didn't work.
Is that like is it like TikTok, or is it like the stories for YouTube?
It's YouTube's TikTok.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
It's you do a video under 60 seconds in a vertical format, and that's all you got to do to make it to make it a short. Now, what happens is, because it's an experimental thing, it's YouTube trying to take over India's lack of TikTok, so it's totally experimental. And they just released it to the public like immediately, like 2 weeks into the whole India not having TikTok thing. So because of that, it's real easy to surface on there. And if you get a video on the short shelf, which is a shelf just like the story shelf, and sometimes it's in conjunction with the story shelf, you get one on there, all of a sudden little channels are getting these explosive, like little channels with 1,000 subscribers are getting 50,000 and 100,000 and upwards of 1 million views, because that thing sits on the shelf. You don't get to do a thumbnail. Like, you can put it on there, but the short shelf doesn't use thumbnails. It doesn't use a whole lot of the metadata. It's just like it picks a screen grab, and let's see like what your CTR is with a screen grab and what your watch time is versus everyone else. And it's a total throwing a dart. But a lot of channels, a lot of small channels are getting big time views and discovery, but they don't get paid for that. There's no ads. So it's you're looking for views and subs. If it's out of your niche, then who cares? You're not getting paid for it. So it's kind of a toss up.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm still not sold on Twitter yet, so I'll probably wait on that one.
On the I haven't tried that one yet. I don't even know what that's called. The Twitter version of it.
The feels or something? I don't even know. It's some weird word. I don't even know.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Come on, nobody knows what that. It's
not me.
I don't even know. I could look.
You know, you're the most tech savvy of the group, so if you don't know about it, likely the rest of us don't know about.
A free?
It's a thing. It's there. It's the Twitter. I don't remember.
I did it once, and like no one looked at it.
Was it just of you, or
no? Well, I know better than that.
It's like how Instagram has that thing that you do on the top that it's not reels, but it's that little short thing that you can do. I don't even remember.
Something or other, IGAs or something like that.
Oh, no,
yeah, I don't.
Awesome. Instagrams. We do the Instagram and Facebook stories all the time.
Yeah, I've done some Instagram. Like, I fell ridiculously late on the whole Instagram thing. I didn't start doing that till like 6 months ago, very poorly. So everybody laughs at me, and they can see where I'm at with YouTube. They see where I'm at with Twitter, and they look at me on Instagram, and they're like, "You post decent pictures. This doesn't suck. Why are you so miserable at promoting Instagram?"
Yeah. Instagram again, that's another one of those things that Darcy got in on the ground floor, and it's totally different now. It's tough now. It's hard.
Yeah.
I've been on Instagram a long time, but I didn't do crap with Instagram until the last, a couple of years. And I still, don't utilize it enough. Instagram and Twitter. Really.
Yeah. Are you guys using Facebook at all?
Yeah, I do, because I'm old.
And I don't, because I'm an a-hole.
You're the demo, bro. Don't worry.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I've been on Facebook a long time. Good Lord.
I'm a big Facebook guy. I'm a big Facebook proponent. I gotta tell you.
I don't know if I'm following you on Facebook. Do you have your own page?
Who, me personally? No.
Yeah.
Darcy's Offshore.
Darcy's Offshore. Okay, then I am following.
I do most of the stuff on that page. I'm the admin for that page. I do most of the stuff.
I keep trying to get my wife to do this stuff, because I do all of our social media, and I don't like that. I don't like the workload, for one. For two, I don't like that I'm sitting here and conversing with people, and and then my wife has to, we'll get a comment about something from, somebody, And she's like, what is that girl commenting about? I don't want to have to explain myself, you know. I want her to take over. Like I keep telling her I want her to do the Facebook page. And she's like, yes, fine. I'll do the Facebook page. And then she doesn't do it. But then I'm putting my foot down. She's got to do the Facebook.
Stanley, you do have a Facebook page?
I do not, because she hasn't done it yet.
Yeah,
Oh, you guys gotta know. I think you're missing out. I mean,
Yeah. I've been told that in many directions.
And you can still grow Facebook if you do video. So and people are definitely growing pages on there, and you can get paid a little bit, and you can get sales.
You got to qualify. I don't remember what the numbers are to qualify to do the videos for pay. So I got a Facebook page, just mine, and that's just my Facebook. I also got A&J Outdoors page, and it's like this big. I mean, I've been doing it for a while because originally I had an online store, A&J Outdoors, and that's where that came from.
Mm-hmm.
So I still have that page that I do, all the fishing stuff on, but it's minute. I really got to work on that.
Yeah, I mean, I recommend it again. You can't, like I was saying before, you can't put all your you can't put all your, whatever your eggs in the YouTube basket. You just, it's not going to be good.
That's true.
So we get a lot of sales on Facebook, a lot.
And you guys, you don't do the Amazon affiliate like we do, where we have to do the link stuff. Darcy's she's got her own Amazon storefront, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone can do that, though. I think you guys can do it too. Yeah, I mean, she just puts all the stuff that she uses generally, and we haven't been pushing it the last 18 months, but because we've just been pushing, you can't push everything, obviously. So I'd rather push Darcy's jewelry than Mustad hooks through Amazon store where I get 4% or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, people have questions. All the stuff she uses is up there, from the cooking, the reels. So people buy it, and then if we push it during the holidays, and the magic about that, guys, is that if they use your link to get into Amazon, they can buy anything on Amazon.
Yep.
It doesn't matter if it's on your store. So we got people buying, like we tell our Patreons especially, use that stupid thing because they're spending thousands of dollars during Christmas time, and I'm getting paid.
Yeah.
So it's everything. If they buy a television on Amazon for $1,000, I'm making like $30 or something.
Yeah. Yeah. I had that happen one time. Somebody went in with one of my links and bought, I forgot what it was, but it was like $1,500.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, wham! I got the money. I was like, "Hey, that's pretty dang cool." I wish more people would buy that expensive stuff from my.
I did a what was it? The Black Friday a couple years ago. I did a Black Friday video, just a 1 minute, like something. I don't even remember what it is. I filmed it for 1 minute in the backyard, made a video, and I hit Google. I hit Google search for Black Friday. I think it was Black Friday deals for him. Something like that for fishing.
Nice.
And that thing hit it. It hit Google search. It was number one on Google search for like 2 days during Black Friday. I did real good for 2 days.
That's exactly. You just got to keep that stuff up. That's great.
Yeah. I failed at that this year.
Wow.
But
Yeah, keep at it.
Yep.
But again, just another source, and we make, I don't know, sometimes $50 a month during the holidays, maybe a little more. But again, it all adds up. So.
And I don't know about a channel your size, but for us, basically, we see when the winter comes around, about October, November, all of a sudden on YouTube, our views go down, subscriptions slow down.
Totally normal.
It doesn't pick up till maybe March or April.
Totally
so
normal.
That's a good time to do that affiliate stuff and make up the differences.
Yeah, ours drops off middle of August. Because I guess it's more of a saltwater thing. I mean, it just plummets. It goes right down. I guess people are getting ready for school. Yeah. And then it kind of picks up to Christmas. And then there's a little bit of a bump after January 1st for that first week. And then it gets real shitty. And then it starts picking up again. And then June and July is the best. And then it just plummets again.
Yeah. Do you time freshwater filming versus saltwater filming as a result of that trend?
We don't really go freshwater fishing. Like, we don't do it too very often. Like we do
crappie.
Yeah, we do crappie and bluegill. We did bluegill first time. We do crappie every year. We did bluegill last year, which is what we wanted to do for a while. And we might do like a exotic trip or maybe a bass trip. I actually like those trips. They're fun, and we got some nice friends, and the boat's nice and clean. And people don't sit that hook on that bass all day. I mean, that is fun. You don't do that in salt water. Yeah. You just don't. Like, you feel the bass and You point and you rip his head off. I mean, that's fun. That's so much fun. If you get like 10 or 15 of those in a day,
Yeah.
it's awesome.
You need to go a little further north and get in on some of the walleye fishing. I think you guys would like that too.
Yeah, we've never caught one.
And they're delicious. For freshwater, they're probably, for me, there's crappie, there's walleye, and there's yellow perch are probably the top 3 fresh.
Yeah, everyone says that. We're going to Georgia. I don't know, sometime next 2 months. So hopefully we're gonna try and get on some walleye. It's a fly fishing trip, but we'll see.
You got to go further north for walleye pudding. Keep going north.
Walleye in Georgia. It's not big
Yeah,
one.
right up around the Great Lakes.
Great Lakes. All right.
That's where the good ones are.
Yeah. All right.
I got to say on this, because we're both kind of in the same boat, going north is a difficult endeavor. However, you're going to Georgia. I got family in Wisconsin. I'm going to challenge you. Let's see between the two of us, which one of us catches a walleye first, because I haven't done that yet either.
It's going to be you.
Ah.
It's going to be you.
But I only get one shot at it. If I get it, I get it. If not, I'm done for the year.
It has been laid down.
Yeah, I mean, Darcy's whole family grew up in Miami, and I'm in Boynton, which is like about an hour north, and then Stewart's another hour north. So we go to Stewart, her whole family just whining, complaining about how cold it is. They hate it. They can't take it. It's hilarious. So that's why I haven't caught a walleye yet.
Yeah. Well, you go up there in the summertime. Go June-ish, right, Steve? Get up there.
Yeah, come on up in June.
Erie or Huron, one of those two, and
We went to Lake Michigan. Actually, we went to Lake Michigan like 2 years ago.
And
Where
we're
about?
It was a wedding. We didn't we didn't fish, but it was beautiful. It was really nice. I mean, it's beautiful country.
yeah,
I'm glad to hear that. Because I don't do that. I don't go anywhere without filming something to get, that I value my backlog, like you were saying earlier. So I appreciate hearing that you actually go places and don't film. I need to do that.
That was probably the first time. It was her, it was her sister's wedding, and we were.
Did you go to the Michigan side or the Wisconsin side of Lake Michigan?
It was Michigan.
Oh, there you go.
What city?
Her sister married a Michigan boy. So
What city? Do you remember?
no, it was a very small. It was a small. I don't remember the park. I'll figure it. I could probably Google it, but
Yeah, so that's our ultimate plan. I'm only 4 years out from retirement, and we got a little house in Michigan, and then we got the house here in Texas. So we're gonna be snowbirds, spend the summers up in Michigan doing walleye and all that, and
good
then
for you.
winters down here or Florida. I mean, we're going to the Keys next month, and I get my first taste of that, and I can't wait. Saltwater fishing. So here in Texas, I was doing all freshwater fishing, and then finally I went down the coast a few years ago and got into the salt. And in 2 days, me and my buddy caught 15 different varieties of fish. Not all fish you want to catch, but
No,
just the idea that you can catch any. You never know when you put something in the water,
Right.
salt, what you're going to catch. And I can't get enough of that. I love it.
yeah, that is a good part of it. That's nice. Well, good for you. I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
You got some fishing lined up in Alamorada?
Yeah, we got family that goes down there from Michigan. They've got a 27-foot walk around that they bring down there,
Okay, good.
rent a house. So all we got to do is get there. They got
Yeah.
to stay and all that. So we're going to fish with them. And I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if there's any videos.
I'm sure there will be. I feel like there will be.
Yeah, I hope there are.
Well, that's great.
If you're anything like me, you're going to do one trip down there and get 7 videos out of it.
Right.
You know what, Stanley? You know what my biggest problem is I love to go fishing. So I'll go out and go fishing and forget to film a lot of stuff because I'm fishing. I'm not focusing on the YouTube video piece of it. So that's one of the things I got to challenge myself with, being more focused on, hey, I need to capture all of this.
Yeah.
I'm going to say the exact opposite. When we were down in Cozumel, we had an experience, and this is going to come out on the video, and I don't even care. We took a guide out, and we did a spear fishing trip. And I was workhorsing it, man. I had the spear gun. We were diving down, and I had the camera in the other hand. I was using the 360 because 360 cameras, Brian, if you don't know this, 360 cameras are wonderful for filming. You just hit record and let it run. You don't have to point it at anything.
Right.
But I was doing all that, and I was just a workhorse, and it was costing me. It was costing me because I have to hit record, then dive, then go to shoot, and then it was too much work. And at about halfway through the day, I was wearing myself out, and Rachel just took it away. She said, "No, we're here to spearfish. Just go." And so I was like, you know what? Fine. I'm having fun. Screw all of this. Screw YouTube. Screw everybody. I'm just going to enjoy the rest of my trip. And I enjoyed that. It was good. Now, at the same time, we got into some really good fish after that happened, and I was able to do it. We got into some good fish and got chased off by a big ass tiger shark that I did not get on video. So I'm kind of like weighing it where I'm like I'm not even weighing it. I don't feel bad about it. I didn't get that on camera, and that sucks. But at the same time, I enjoyed myself. It was so relaxing doing this for fun and not worrying about the filming that I'm okay with it. I'm all right that didn't come across.
You need a break. Good for you.
That's a question I want to ask all those big YouTubers out there. And so now I'm asking you, Puddin. Do you ever get to do that? Just go out. No. We're putting the cameras away and we're just fishing and having fun.
No, never ever.
Ouch.
Never ever. But
then I'm adding that.
Darcy, Darcy is like on one edge of this, and I'm on the other end because she's concentrating on the fishing.
Yeah.
And so she doesn't. I know she's aware of it and what she's going to say and stuff like that, but she doesn't worry about it like I do. Like so we have two people, which is a huge difference with some of you guys, I guess. And I'm making sure her GoPro battery's working. I'm double checking if she has the camera on or off. I got another camera running at the same time with the audio. I'm checking the audio every once in a while. So she has a full-time person doing all that for her.
That's nice. That makes it really nice.
So she is. So she focuses a lot more on the fishing when we're fishing, and I focus a lot more on the camera stuff and not so much fishing.
Yeah, we get to see the camera once in a while and catch a fish.
Yeah, two people fishing catches more fish than one person fishing. So I try and fish, and we've had got some pretty good methodologies to be able to capture stuff when two people are fishing with camera stands and the chest mount which everyone uses and that kind of stuff.
I did want to compliment you guys. I watch a lot of I'm a fan of YouTube fishing, so I watch a ton of different people, and your guys' audio is at the top.
Thank you.
Yep, you'll watch some of them, and they walk away from wherever they have a camera mounted, and you can't hear what they're saying. The wind's tearing it up, and that happens to everybody once in a while. But watching you guys, you kind of, I guess, you guys are spot on with your audio.
Yes, I finally got it through my head. The most important thing about video is audio.
Yeah,
no one cares about your video. If they can't see it, they can still hear it great. They'll watch it. But if they can't hear it, I don't care what your video looks like. They ain't watching it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yep.
Absolutely.
So what's your setup? What do you use?
These are
I want to see this.
Yeah.
These are industry standard, pretty much, are very, very popular. These are Sennheiser, EW, whatever, wireless mics. They're about $700 a pair. There's two pairs here.
Does that plug into a 3.5 millimeter jack on the camera?
Yeah, right here.
Okay.
Sweet.
And I got this.
And you got a splitter.
Yeah, it has a splitter or a combiner, depending on which way you look at it, I guess.
Yeah.
And then
that's next level info right there.
Absolutely.
That's the key to the whole thing.
Yep.
And then this is on your body.
Yep.
Mine's in my pocket, but if you ever notice, Darcy always has a scarf on, a hoorag, what do you call this, freaking bandanas or whatever.
Right.
And she has a bikini on under it and just goes in the bikini right here. And then her buff goes around it. And then the mic's in the front of her buff.
Nice.
And then the GoPro, the chest mount GoPros or whatever, we don't use that audio. We just use that audio to sync.
Mm-hmm.
And so it all goes together. And this phone, and this is usually mounted on my console. And then sometimes I take it off, like do special shots or whatever. Or I just use the GoPro for the other spots because this thing is recording on my audio. So we have both things going at the same time.
What camera is that, Brian?
This is a Canon 80D, not DD, 80, letter D. It's kind of outdated right now, but when it first came out, it had really great autofocus as far as video went, and I started using them after they were a little old, and I'm on saltwater, so I go through cameras like every 8 months. Now I go get them replaced, so I have two of those. And when you're in a boat, and you guys know, you can have $1 million camera, but there's the wind and the rain and your boat's going up and down, and every time you try to take a picture, everything shifts with the shadows. So it doesn't matter what camera you have, within reason. You can't get a perfect shot out there. It's not happening.
Yeah, I'm paranoid. I've got everything's GoPro, got a drone, but I've got a Canon T6i.
Yeah.
That's my big camera.
Right.
I'm not taking it out on the boat at all. I'll shoot local stuff, catch stuff, but I'm just afraid of, ruining that dang camera out there on the boat.
Well, you
And
got
on the other side of the coin, I go cheap and I destroy everything I use. I still have not I don't have a camera. I use my phone. I use the $250 360 camera. And I think that's starting to show actually the lack of quality with that. Well, but I destroy them.
As you grow your channel, you have to grow that stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
And very important for the pictures on the boat, I just got this. Actually, this is brand new, but this will make your pictures. This will make the pictures on the boat.
Flash?
Yeah, massive flash.
Oh,
nice.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's very important.
Well, you guys have done enough photo shoots. Do you use those big wax film light reflectors and stuff like that? Like if you're on the beach?
No, I don't do all that stuff. We don't go on the beach that much. No, I just use this and do the best I can. I mean, I could do a lot better if I did that with light reflectors and stuff, but we don't have. You need another person for that too. You need an assistant.
Yeah.
We use this, and it's gonna use it as a fill flash. You're gonna wipe out a lot of the shadows, and it makes a huge difference.
Less work.
Just put on automatic. You don't got to get manual and get all stupid. Automatic is great. And again, everything on a boat is changing so fast. You can't use manual. It's impossible. You go like how do you get the aperture when your face is going like this?
Yeah, and for what? Like what are you going to gain out of it? A little bit of atmospheric perspective, a little fuzzy background.
The light is switching every wave and everything. Time your boat goes like this, the light switches. So forget it. You set your ISO. No, just put an automatic and take like 50 shots, and you're going to get some good ones.
That's funny. I learned that the hard way when I had that T6i. I took it to river fishing, and before I was looking at some of the gurus on YouTube with cameras and all that, but they're not shooting in our situation.
No.
And they're like, don't go auto, use this setting, that setting, and that setting. And I filmed with the settings they suggested. I never posted it because it was horrible. So after that,
that's great if you're standing on land, especially if you're inside. But I use TV most of the time. You can use AV. And a lot of times I change the images. A lot of times I'll just switch to automatic, depending on how crazy things are going on outside. But I shoot in TV all the time.
How often do you just use a phone?
Not a lot. I use a phone. We'll use a phone if we want to post something quickly on Instagram or Facebook. It will make.
That's how you do your Twitter things so early in the morning.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah. I don't know if you guys noticed this not yet, but if you take a picture with your regular camera and then you put it on your computer and then you play with it and next week you post it on Facebook, that is going to do shit compared to that crappy ass picture you took on the water with your phone and upload it immediately.
Welcome to my channel.
Trust me, post those pictures. They Instagram and Facebook and those places, they know when the picture is taken. And part of the algorithm is they don't want a bunch of old shit out there. So trust me, you take a picture, boom, post it up.
Yeah, I
post it right up fast.
Yes.
It's gonna do great. I posted a video of Darcy throwing a cast net. It got on Facebook. It has 4.5 million views right now.
Wow.
And that's a nugget
on purpose, right up.
That's good to know.
Yeah,
I'm going to try to avoid. You guys are fantastic, and so many of my mornings have been greeted with your Twitter posts where you say, "Good morning, current situation." I'm not going to steal your thing on that. I respect it. I'm not going to step on your toes. I know they do, and I've done it. Tried to do it respectfully, but I am going to try to take that same approach where I'm like, if I go out fishing, I'm going to post that immediately then and run with that. I think that's good info.
Yeah, if you're trying to build on Instagram or Facebook, the sooner you do it, the better. That's going to help a lot. And those, I started doing that, and I didn't think it was the greatest content in the world, but Andrew Wall, he was like, "Dude, that's your best Twitter content." I'm like, "Okay, bro, whatever you say." So I kept doing it, and just like you said, they get like between 5,000 and 7,000 views, which is not a lot, but whatever. And you want your boat to be going fast and hopefully have a sunrise.
I know that game.
That's the formula I've figured out, at least. Like if you're just putting around doing nothing, they don't care. But if your boat's moving and you got a sunrise, then they all love it.
Bingo.
My secret little thing on that is that exact formula, slow-mo.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
I could do some of that. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Nice. Yo, Darcizzle,
No. I'm not stealing your thing. You don't get to steal mine.
I'm stealing your thing. Come say hi to these guys. Sizzle's gonna come in and say hi. Well, she's
All right.
be blessed by the queen of female angling.
All hail.
Don't get her anymore.
I'll toast to that.
No, she's good. It's Stanley and these other guys, and John and Steve, just guys from Twitter mostly.
Ma'am.
We do YouTube, most of us. Hi, ma'am. Pleasure to see you.
Darcy.
Hi.
We doing laundry?
Just doing a bunch of chores right now. Working on stuff that we didn't get done today because we're on the water.
So you guys are live on YouTube.
Yeah. Nice. Awesome. Yeah,
Very
you're chatting away in here.
Yeah. All right.
Cool.
Back to work.
Very cool. All right.
You have dinner figured out yet?
cool. Back to work.
Okay, we talked about it.
Oh, all right.
We're having pop up.
Yeah. All right. I thought you were going to the store.
It's a pleasure, ma'am.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Anyway.
All right, folks, we got 2 minutes for the show. So let's
Does anybody have any questions in the chat? Well, like we're winding this thing down. If anybody does, now is your time, or forever hold your peace.
forever. And while they're gonna type that, Stanley, you got anything coming up anytime soon for us?
Dude, I am working so hard on this whole Cozumel series. It looks like it's going to be 6-7 videos, and I am putting my absolute all into this. I took January off so that I can sit there and do all of the behind the scenes. I'm translating into 24 languages. I'm doing the whole 9 yards, man. It's make or break for Cozumel on me with this one.
I can't do it. Steve, you got anything coming out soon? I seen your snowmobile one this morning.
Yeah, I just did that real short little one on the snowmobile. We just got rebuilt for ice fishing videos, but I don't until I go ice fishing, which the ice isn't ready for me yet. So I've seen some people out there on 1.5 inch ice. I'm not doing it. Other than that, I got nothing until either we get back in the boat and go walleye fishing or we go ice fishing, one of the two. Otherwise, I'm just sitting here twiddling my thumbs.
Grant?
This is the last week of waterfowl season, so a week today our lake should open up for crappie fishing. So be ready to catch some crappie next week.
Ducks and crappie. I want vids, man.
So I went fishing Friday and Saturday. Horrible conditions, horrible fishing. Caught 1 fish in 2 days. Not sure that's going to make it to the channel, but it might. And then I've got.
But can you eat it? If you can eat it, you can make it on the channel.
Catch and release. So then I upgraded from one drone to another, and I still haven't got that why I upgraded video. That's probably. Hopefully I shoot that this week. Depends.
What'd you get?
I went from the DJI Mavic Mini to the Mini 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Good for you.
We good, folks?
Yep.
Hey, it's been an absolute pleasure, gentlemen. Mr. Brian Puddin.
My pleasure.
Can't thank you enough for joining us, man. It was an absolute blast having you on with us.
My pleasure.
Good insight.
My
All
pleasure.
right, folks. We're going to hit the end button. You all ready to go? Let's go.
Have a good one, guys. Enjoy your week.
Thank you so much.